All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson by giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us all this truth, and who also rule and teach well. Shalom to all the Achim in his truth and sincerity, starting with the 144,000 and the one-third of the nation of Israel, which we are finding to be a part of. This is your brother Chabar Yakal coming back, Lord willing, with another quick and edifying lesson. And this is gonna be a real quick impromptu. I was just watching Elder Apostle Tahar, as you can see. Um, the title "More Proof That This is the Second Leg of the Roman Empire, Other Subjects," which he's been going for a minute now. I'm not gonna lie. He started an hour ago. He's still going. But he brought out some information going into, in the past he's brought out, the Internet of Things, which goes into, like smart TVs, smart fridge, your car, like how everything is being connected. How Esau, Edom, which is the self-proclaimed white race, which their true biblical nationality are the Edomites, all right? And the true biblical nationality of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites. That's your biblical nationality, all right? And only the elect, which is 144,000 men, and one-third men, women, and children of the nation of Israel are going to get this truth and understand it, And like I said, if you're of the 144,000, you're going to be able to teach it, prophesy, which means to say before, which, going back to what I was saying, he brought out something called the Internet of Everything. And I said to myself, that's a lesson. All right. Like the Elder Apostle Tahar says, there's lessons within lessons. So I looked it up myself. Matter of fact, I looked up two things. I looked up Internet of Everything, which this is basically what he did. I'm not really doing anything different. I'm just bringing out the same information, sharing it. It says the Internet of Everything, or IOE, expands on the Internet of Things, which is IoT, by integrating people, processes, and data with connected things to create intelligent interactions and generate new value. So basically, the Internet of Everything, not only is it you are, like I said, you already have the Internet of Things. That's already established. We got smart TVs, we got smartphones. They're working on smart cities. You got them, the smart scooters, smart bikes, all that. So they got that. Well, they're still working on it, but it's pretty much built, that infrastructure. But now they want to, and when I say they, I'm talking about Esau, Edom, the elites that run the society. They're the Edomites, and they know that they're the Edomites, and they know we're the Israelites. All right. But they what was I saying? They want to what's the word I'm looking for? Integrate. It says it right there. They want to integrate people into it as well. All right. So it's not just appliances. It's not just your car. It's not just your laptop or whatever device. Your smartwatch. Now you're a part of it. Now you're connected now. That's what they're doing. All right. And I recommend watching this too. Lord willing, I'll put a link because some good info came out as well. Some good. He was playing a video of a brother, and the brother was playing a video. But they were pretty much going in on the whole plan of the elites of Esau. They want to make 15-minute cities. They want to put everyone into those cities, to where you can't leave. All right. If you go to another place, your chip won't work in that city. All right. I'm just roughly paraphrasing. I recommend watching. But so I looked up that Internet of Everything. Yeah, that was the point. And then I looked up this, which I got inspired by Elder Apostle Tahar. He looked up, basically the same thing, but he worded it different than I did. or I worded it different than him. But yeah, I put Internet of Everything microchip implant. It says an Internet of Everything I IOE microchip implant is a subcutaneous device, which I believe that means under the skin. Yep, situated or applied under the skin. All right, charagma. All right, that's that word for, for Mark in Revelation 13. It's charagma. All right, which means a stake. Which, matter of fact, I'm gonna get it, but I'm gonna read this first. All right, it says a subcutaneous device that connects a person to the Internet of Things, enabling them to store and transmit personal data, use their body as a form of identification or payment, or it's like it, and control other connected devices. All right, so it has to do with buying and selling, just like the prophecy says. This is showing you, and basically, to quote Elder Apostle Zahar, what he said in this lesson, as far as other camps, teaching that the MOTB isn't that device, it's like it's too obvious now. All right, like 5-10 years ago you could get away with it, but now like everyone is waking up. It's too obvious. Like what else could that device be? Okay, at this point it's like if you can't get it, you're just refusing to, Well, for you Israelites out there, do not take this device. All right. For you hopeful members of the elect, because this is what's going to happen if you take that device. All right. I'm gonna get two scriptures, and I'm gonna end off. This is Revelation 14:9. It says, "And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand," which we just went over what that MARK is that CHIP, that RFID CHIP. "The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb." So that's why I say don't take that device, you Israelites, you hopeful members of the elect. If you're watching this video and you sincerely believe, what's being said, of course, if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, but even if you're not that, even if you look like another nation, you might look like a so-called white man, but you're believing and submitting to what's being said, that the name of the Most High is Yahweh, his son's name is Yahweh Shai, that they're so-called black men, the Most High God is a so-called black man, his son is a so-called black man, the angels are so-called, dark-skinned men, all right? The Israelites are the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If you can get that, it doesn't matter how you look. You're an Israelite. And don't take that chip, all right? Don't take that device, because you're going to be, the wrath of the Most High is going to be poured out upon you in that lake of fire, which is that nuclear destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America. America is going to be destroyed with nuclear missiles. So you Israelites do not take that device, because that's not going to be a good judgment, all right? I'm going to end off with this because it has to do with buying and selling. Revelation 13:16, he causes all, he being Esau, Edom, which is ultimately being controlled by Satan. And ultimately the Most High, Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, is controlling Satan. All right. It says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond," which means the whole society from top to bottom. It says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So without that, you can't buy or sell. This is what they're setting up. This is the system that they're setting up. The quote, you will own nothing and be happy system. That's the system they're setting up. All right. But Lord, in this lesson was edifying once again, giving our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem,